Hi everyone, Marty Braden here. I just finished Friday, day 31. You may or may not have noticed it, but in recording yesterday's video, Thursday's video entry, I said it was day 29, when in fact it was day 30. And of course that was my mistake. It was day 30, like I said. I hadn't changed my note for the day as I was reading and typing. I just zipped past it and left that 39 there, and when I got right in front of me, I said day 29. So I'm embarrassed. I'm not perfect. I said it. I wouldn't try to fix everything to hide it from you. I wanted to, in other words, to try to come off better than I am. I said that on the first day of doing these videos, January 1st, I would be open and transparent. I'd make mistakes and I'd have successes and we'd cover it all. Well, that's one that I had to correct, and I decided not to go back and redo it, just so you know I'm fallible, but you take that power of the flicker, I wadded it up and I flicked it away. I gave it its moment and decided just to go ahead and mention it here. We can just dust ourselves off, learn more from our mistakes, and then get on with it. So this is my, this is incredible. This is my first full month completed of doing my video journal recordings for my journey to alignment. I can't believe it. January simply zoomed by. I think next to December, January is the quickest, fastest, maybe it's the second fastest month of the entire year. Man, it went fast. As I said last night, I'm going to do a report of all the things or pieces I got through the portal of my mind into the world of the physical during the past 31 days since I pulled that lever on Croy Sather's Instant Manifestation Secrets audio series. I'm amazed at all that I've accomplished. Here's my to-do list from today. Let me show you that. A few yellow highlights. Done! Bam! Done. And let me run through a summary now. At the top of the list is 31 video entries for my video journal record of my journey to alignment. 31 of these suckers are up on the YouTube. My 2020 vision coming to life. It includes all 4 area goals of my life that I set. The 4 areas are spiritual, social, intellectual, and physical. So I started each and every month strong, and I've done so for 31 straight days now, and that's because I've been doing the win the morning, win the day routine without missing a beat. It's now a habit. I have always ended each day strong, and that's because I've done for 31 straight nights now in a row, I've been doing the end of day success routine with my wife at my side every single night. That too now is a habit. I have stayed strong all day long continuously for 31 straight days. So that's now a daily habit. I have shown my to-do list like I just did to every single one of you every night for an entire month. And in doing so, I've shown you that I've prepared I prepared my to-do list, and I've done it 31 nights before. The next morning, looked it over, made sure the highlights in there, put some exciting things in that were a pull, did things to avoid the distraction, that distraction that gets you over here, those IEDs, making sure each list was exciting and ready to go for the next day. I learned how to ward off those distractions. Like I said, I created excitement, and it's been pulling on me every single morning. I learned how to turn my failures into tools of successes, and that's a habit going forward. I even got to where I added a line each day on my list showing the number of hours of TV I would allow myself to watch for the next day. In doing the win the morning, win the day routine, I continually exclaimed out loud my list of affirmations for 31 days straight, without a miss. And as a result, I'm now seeing and experiencing those affirmed character traits beginning to manifest themselves in my daily walk, my daily living. I have produced and am now pre-playing my why movie of actual life that I see myself actually living in, what I've achieved. And it's not even there yet, but it's in my mind, living in those, with all those goals pieces here and that a part of there, that I'm living it. After just 31 days, I've got that movie down that I get to see that every day. I have learned how to keep my 2 amigos, the gatekeeper and the prosecutor, busy 24/7, and they're continually bringing me support material and evidence now that prove my goals are actually happening and helping me get the next ones done. This has been a great help in my bringing piece after piece after piece of my goals through the portal of my mind over here and into the world of the physical. They've worked for me for 31 straight days now. They're great employees, great assistants. For example, here's a pretty good list of most of those pieces. I found the bike I saw in my 2020 vision. The vision of me being and enjoying each of these goals, and particularly riding that tricycle bike with my wife. We're out of here, over around in the park and down the street, and just being able to ride bikes with her every day that we choose to do it. I'm saving money now so I can purchase my $750 trike bike, which all of you have seen, a particular picture I showed you of it, and that's so I can start riding bikes together with Kathleen come the first day of April. Kathleen and I have enjoyed 2 dates during January with family and friends. We planned and looked at the whole year, and we started to plan for February as well, and we put them on our social calendar. We have a goal of enjoying at least 2 dates every single month for the rest of the year. That's 24 dates. That's going to be a habit, and it's exciting. That's expanding my social life that I set a goal for. We have 2 more dates planned for February. These dates fulfill a major goal that we set to improve my social life. Not in the way of girlfriend, that can I already have my sweetheart, but socially with friends. Anyhow, I have been reading a very exciting book for at least 20 minutes each day during my mindfulness and reading time of my win the morning, win the day routine. And I've done it for 31 days straight now. That's a total of 10 hours and a half of reading so far. I'm almost finished reading my first book at this pace. I'll be able to read about 12 books for the entire year. That's pretty exciting. 1 book a month. Just doing this, what I've been talking about. When I started the Win the Morning, Win the Day routine January 1st, I didn't even know it, but I started to exercise like I said. I've continued to exercise during those 31 days now without missing a beat. In fact, I've actually increased my exercise routine up to full 20 minutes of daily exercises that I put together as a routine for me with my overweight and that, starting slow, and I'm expanding that. I'm doing much more reps of many more things. Having done it now for 31 days without a miss, I've lost 5 pounds, and I didn't even set the goal to lose any weight until I got several days into it, and I decided that I'm going to start to lose 75 pounds for the year before it's done. And I committed to that in my video journal. So I'm now looking to take on a new and better way of eating, maybe bright line eating with my wife. I'm discussing with her. I'm looking into things, trying to pick the day. Okay, I'm ready to make that change and sacrifice. And after just a couple of weeks of this, I heard myself commit to those 75 pounds. It came right out of my mouth before the end of 2020. My goodness. I'll keep you posted on my weight loss each month. I've listened to all of Croy Sather's audios, and I've even transcribed several of them and put it into my file on my computer laptop so I can read those notes and take notes to the side and highlight with yellows and markers and get it in my mind, increasing my intellect. They're also there for my clients to have. If I'm doing some coaching, I want to send it, I can just go click and attach it, and away it goes. I can just email files to people as they need it. These are certainly pieces of my intellectual goal that have right here in the world of the physical. As part of my physical goal, I set the goal to earn money to help with our retirement. To earn more money. I have a retirement plan in hand. We've got all those notes. We know what's going into right now, but we want to speed that up so we can bring Kathleen home. Kathleen and I are on board to achieve it together going forward. Even though I already have approximately $2,100 a month of passive income coming in, I set the goal of earning $30,000 a month, like I said, in income before the end of the year. And I did so without first having a plan. I just believed it was possible. But I knew it was possible, and so I set the goal. My 2 amigos helped me and continue to help me by coming up with 3 or 4 possible options. I remember having that video I did, and for making an income vehicle work. You know, I needed an income vehicle. I didn't even know what it was when I set that goal. But to make the goal happen, I had to have an income vehicle. Well, I know it's possible. Then at the middle of the night, those characters went out there and came back and gave me the idea that I should combine all 4 options that I was considering into one single income vehicle. That would employ all of my talents and the things that I like and what I've come to this point to have. All the power and strength that I have. Those are mine. I own them. Why not turn them into an income vehicle? And thus my coaching beginner entrepreneurial business launched. It's begun. That idea was born. One of them came into my mind as a motivational display to be placed on my wall because I saw myself coaching and I thought, I got to look and improve what's going on back there. Well, you see it right there. It's now on the wall for when I do webinar video calls. It's right there, real physical on the wall. I have an entire outline of and a storyboard of my coaching program. I showed you most of that last night. It's come a long ways in this 31 days. All the concepts and creatives and content coming into the world of the physical, piece after piece after piece, day after day, for 31 days now. I have the beginnings of a website for my coaching business taking shape right before my eyes. I have 2 packages that I've planned out, an 8-week one and a 16-week one, and pricing on it, and several options coming into the world of the physical at a speed I didn't think was possible. I think that's enough time spent on this summary. I could go on and on of all that has happened in just 31 days, just 1 month. Suffice it to say, the pieces of my 4 goals are well on their way, leaving the world of the portal of my mind into the world of the physical. And soon everything I need to begin my coaching business will be in place, and I'll be able to start and launch that business and start making money from it. After 31 days now, I'm constantly watching this movie play out of the movie screen of my mind, my why, and then the movie of actually coaching. Those 2 movies are the most enjoyable to me now. It's happening. So let's talk about what I got done today. If I remember right, my power statement for today said, if I only get the remaining handwritten notes I have about my coaching package typed out so they are on the main list I have already typed out, I would be ecstatic. I would feel like I was total and complete success. I'm achieving my big dreams, my vision, one piece at a time. Well, I got most of them here. I talked about them. Let me just show you. They're all right here. They're all typed out. Every one. I don't have to go through them. It's all right there. Done. Bam! So, I want to show you one other thing. Each one of these pages that I have multiple pieces, like I said, that still have to come through the portal of my mind, but now it's a checklist. Now it's just finish them up, wanting that one, and that visual, in a sense, vibrational mind picture of everything is coming through and landing here in the world of the physical, and it'll all be done. Together, they describe what my big goal consists of and what the pieces are that will come into the world of the physical. It's now just a matter of time and my effort on my part of bringing each piece through the portal of my mind into the world of the physical, and I'm doing it. Let me show you something else. I want to show you something right here. I'm going to read this. This is a powerful book, and when you're doing some reading, How to Win Friends and Influence People, I'm going to show that one. Another one, Hung by the Tongue. You got to be careful to speak what you want, not what you don't want. Another one, Soar with Your Strengths. This is to identify what your strengths are when you're considering a business of your own. You want to see and maybe capitalize on that. Of course, this one says How to Build a Business Warren Buffett would buy from you. That's an interesting book. Another one, this is called Permission Marketing. It's a different concept. You're going to have to be marketing yourself, marketing your business, and this is so powerful because this Seth Godin guy he's multimillionaire, very successful. He's heavy into marketing and is simplifying it down to concepts, and that's what this book's all about. Great read, great read. Another one, Og Mandino, The University of Success. It's just a lot of powerful lessons that he's learned. He's put in a book form to help you. Another one, Grow Rich While You Sleep, getting that vibrational mind and subconscious mind working for you. That's what this is all about. Discovering the power of positive thinking, speaking positively, and those affirmations is very powerful. Here's another book, The Power of the Plus Factor, by Vincent Peale or whatever. I think that's, let me get the right name on it. Norman Vincent Peale, that's right. There's that. Rich on Any Income, that's a fun one. Willpower is not enough. Boy, is that the truth. You got to control your mind and get certain things done, many habits, all that. See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar. And another one, Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. So those are just a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One book a month. That's what that list shows. So after going to my library and seeing that, just one book a month, my first book for the year just got read during the Win the Morning, Win the Day routine, and you can do this. I'm going to get 12 books under my belt. You can do the same. Now I want to answer Croy's checklist of questions now. Listening to Croy's end of the day success routine and then answering these questions is how I end each day, so I can say at the end of the day that I ended the day strong. The first one is, what didn't go well today? Or what could you have done better today, Marty? Did you wake up early and start strong? Did you start your morning with power? Next, were you productive throughout the entire day? Did you get the most important things done? I sure did. Did you move your goals forward? Sure did. Did you show up as the person you wanted to? What about your personal time with Kathleen? Were you present and loving with her? I did. It was a great day. We had a date night tonight. Friday is a great night to do that. Like I said, we've had that for many, many, many years. It's sacred to us. I'm really liking this process of getting honest with myself with these kinds of questions. As I consider each question, reflect on the day, my two amigos start bringing me a whole array of support materials and evidence to answer these questions for me, depending how I frame my thoughts around the question. If I think negatively, oh geez, they're going to go out and come and support that big time. They're real good at doing that. That's just the natural way they do it. But giving them the positive, they go, what? Okay. And then they get going and they bring the positive support materials and evidence, depending how I frame my thoughts on the question. That seems to determine what they bring back to me. So in other words, I'm in control of what they go and get from me. Croy puts all these questions into one simple question, like I've always said. What was the one thing that you can improve on, Marty? In other words, what didn't go so well today? As I thought about it tonight, I can find a bunch of simple things that I can improve on. But I'm convinced that Croy is really asking me to get honest with myself by looking at that, at what I know in my heart, quietly in my heart, is the most important thing I can change in myself and how I can do things better. I knew truly what I failed and the stupid things I've done or whatever. I know that, and that's what he's helping with these questions, to get honest that way. So there's something I reflected on, there's something I didn't do well or that I failed to do today, is I wrote down a new line on my to-do list that asks, how many hours are you going to choose to watch today of TV? I put it down there, I put a line and a little box to get it checked off. That was good, but to be honest and transparent with you, my friends, and with myself especially, I want to be honest to me, the truth is I didn't put a number in that space, and therefore I didn't control what I watched today. I'm finding it difficult to change this old habit of TV watching at night and get into reduce at 2 hours or half the time, whatever. I get in real resistance to that. But the magic of this process is I'm supposed to turn that weakness, that bad habit, that failure, into a tool of success. And so I got to thinking and asked my subconscious mind and my vibrational mind to get on with it. Go out and search for an answer or answers that would help me with this question, with this particular resistance that I'm dealing with, and come back with a reminder or whatever. Well, I've seen and listened and waited, and sure enough, that particular answer of what the tool of success was that I could apply to this failure came back as do the mini habit mentality or mindset to this inertia problem that I'm dealing with. So instead of taking on the idea of cutting my TV almost by half, 2 or 3 hours, make it go away, that's like withdrawal, or more right from the get-go even, the two amigos said, what about cutting your TV watching by just 15 minutes? By doing 15 minutes, leaving the work to start watching TV 15 minutes later, so I have less time, or watching 15 minutes less and finishing up early at the end of the evening and go and do something else with that 15 minutes. 15 minutes, giving up just 15 minutes is ridiculous. Of course I can do that. I just got to pick which part of the night to do it. 15 minutes off, and I've achieved a bite of that goal. So I'm going to stop watching TV 15 minutes earlier tomorrow night than I usually do. And so instead of doing the last little bit and then do our little audio and then heading to bed, I'm going to finish that 15 minutes earlier. That way I can reduce the TV watching I'm doing, and I'll have to report back to you tomorrow night what I replaced that 15 minutes with. Did I come up here and do some more here? Did I read more of my book? Did I spend more time talking with Kathleen? It's a good way. It's a mini habit that I know I can do. So there you go. I'll report tomorrow night. Once again, the one thing that will have a really big impact or make a really big difference in my daily actions and commitments going forward, especially when I focus on getting my tougher to-dos done, will be to apply this law, this mindset and principle of setting mini habits. So here's how I put that into a power statement. Whenever I feel the pull of resistance attacking me, especially as I'm trying to do a tough to-do task, I will apply the mindset of setting a mini habit to achieve that goal or task one bite at a time. And so now when I ask, what failure do I need to use as a tool for success today? I can answer it with this. When I set too big of or too tough of goals to begin with, I'll replace them with a mini habit goal that I know I can achieve. That's powerful. The next question is, what was my biggest success today? Well, It may sound redundant, but after reviewing all that I got done during the month of January, I think that my having completed 31 days straight of my daily routines and all the to-do lists that I've wadded up and said done without skipping one day or working towards my 2020 vision steps, that's my biggest success so far today. Today's 31 of those 31 days. And it's a cap on it all. I didn't miss a beat today. Having said that, I think the question of what movies did you watch in your mind today, Marty? Did you make time for them? Is the perfect question right now, because it reminds me of how very important pre-playing my why movie is. Seeing my overall vision of all my goals living in living color in the form of a movie of me actually living it and riding the bike and holding hands and going on those dates and getting online and doing my coaching with that behind me and having the visuals, the link. Let's click here and open that video, and it's all pre-played as though I'm already there, already have been achieved, and I'm enjoying them right here in the here and now. That's powerful. It helps me realize I am achieving them. It's coming. They're coming. And that one day soon, bam, I'll be right in the midst of it. The next question I'm supposed to ask myself is, what was the one thing I did that made me feel successful today? That one thing is what I just finished doing. Reviewing all the pieces that have come through the portal of my mind, and they exist right now in the here and now in the world of the physical. That makes me feel successful and accomplished. 31 days without a miss. Next is how I'd rate my day today. You have to give it a 10. That's a 10. I finished the 31 days. My first month, I can claim that I did it. I kept my word to myself. Bam! Next, Croy asks, if this was the only thing you get done tomorrow, but you'd still feel like a success, what would that one thing be? Now put it into a power statement, okay? Well, here's what I came up with for tomorrow's power statement. I will get at least, and hopefully all, 16 of my lessons creatives designed. I got them written on the major master list, but now it's to check off. That's a major one, getting those 8 at least, and hopefully all 16 creatively done and designed and ready to go, like those 4 you saw the other night. Having that image of actually finishing all 16 lessons creatives would set the next week up perfectly. It's a great way to set the table to have a successful, powerful week. In fact, that would let me focus on designing the creatives for all 8 of my starting podcast series. When combined with lesson creatives, this would complete what I'm offering for my starting packages. Anyway, there's so much that has come through the portal of my mind so far into the world of the physical in just these 31 short days. Way to go, Marty. That's a job well done. Congratulations. High five and keep it going. So let's end the day strong by sharing what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for the power of pre-playing one's why, that movie of why. I'm grateful for good books to read. I just went through a whole bunch of them. You can become quite intelligent and disciplined in your thinking by thinking and learning the mindset of the wealthy. I guarantee you multimillionaires are of 2 things, is the books they read and the people they associate with. And I'm trying to become that. Now, I'm grateful for the seasons and creations that are all around me, all the beauties. I'm grateful for the health and the fact that my wealth is growing. I'm grateful for my intellect and the fact that I can increase it daily like I've discussed tonight. This is ending strong, what I'm doing, because it's going to bed tonight with power and energy that will be there to help launch me in the morning and make my day tomorrow even better. And I intend to do it day after day after day for this entire year. So once again, I wish you all continued success. Good night.